Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here and ready to get at it. This has been absolutely a fantastic start to this program. Again, KA100 Junior starting things off for us here. And again, next up, we're going to go right through the KA100s. The KA100 Master category up next. That's Mike and I's class, our favorite guys there. We're excited to have them here and ready to go. So, again, this is going to be a barn burner as well because this is the guy that they are chasing right now. A former X30 senior winner here at the SuperNationals. Ben Cooper, the British driver, now a Canadian citizen as well. His, of course, Ben Cooper Racing Academy. He's running for Rawlinson Performance Group. This is a guy that they're going to be chasing here. He's super strong.
And Rob, you know exactly how strong he is because he's coached you. So you know, there's an insight into the metrologic. And look at that. He has just got his cart there facing the right way. What about this guy, Wildcard? You can never discount Laurentian Man. And if they gave out trophies for aggressiveness and heart, he'd win every time.
Yeah, he'll dig it in for sure. Cooper and Mardan, that's your front row. Ben Cooper on the Rawlinson Performance Group Cosmic. Mardan on the Technokart USA Techno Chassis Road 2. Bobby Kelly's been very impressive on the red speed for Mike Manning Karting. He'll start alongside the Inter-MS driver number 431 of Franco Crivelli.
And how about this story? His first two-stroke race in 15 years, starting P5, 423 Jesse Gwynn. Another driver with a great story, KC Cook. All the battles he's doing, he goes from row number 3 alongside Renato Yeda David and Matthew Waters on row 4.
We'll see Nicky Coelho and Martin Stone, last year's winner, on row number 5. Row 6, Kip Foster, 4-time SuperNationals winner, alongside Wisconsin's Wes Steege.
Randy Klimek and Miguel Mia are on row number 6 with, then you got Morgan LeBaron and then Martin Stone.
Looking a little different than the grid that we have here, but we'll go with what we got. TJ Neville's on row number 8 alongside Mingyang Zhu, and then Jakob Nairi and Dennis Holler on row number 9.
What a story, Holler. This is his first ever two-stroke race. There's Randy Klimek a little bit further down the order. Carl Yachinsky next. Scott Cherry, Tim Mayer are on row 11. Gary Glanger and Alexander Del Bon round out your top 24.
Driver we've seen many times here at the SuperNats for Mike Manning Karting, Nick DeGraff, now living overseas, coming back for this event. He'll start inside of row 13 alongside Kogan Wright. Carlos Calderon, the NorCal driver, in the 495, starting inside of row 14 alongside Kyle Walder.
Scott Carapalati and Luis Codiero are on row number 15. Gary Hall and Scott Kopp go from row 16.
Scott Carapalati's brother Kim, veteran drivers in North American karting. He'll be on the inside of row 17 alongside my friend, 68 years young, Tom Gershner for Magic Kart USA.
Jaime Labastida and Francisco Barber go from row number 18, and Brandon Ward and Randy Russell on row number 19. This is Veterans Day weekend, and we salute Brandon Ward, a former service veteran.
Indeed we do. Craig Vasquez and Abel Martinez to cap off the top 40 drivers, and the remainder of the field, couple left over, I believe, in here to cap it off. Indeed, 6 more drivers. What a field for the KA100 Masters. Diego Bustinza and Hugo Sens. John Stanascu and Keithan Hutchins, Luis Quiones and Ron Schoonover. Schoonover and Quiones, I don't believe, starting. Schoonover not here this week, and he was a withdrawal.
Yes, an early withdrawal, but still that leaves us with plenty of action. Now, this is going to be another 20-lap race, and I've got to say they'll be looking to how do we get Ben Cooper out of the way. You've got to drag Cooper into a fight, haven't you, Rob?
That's it. Like I said, someone needs to be the disruptor. Someone's got to get in front of him. They got to keep him in the pack. If he's able to get some open racetrack right now, Ben Cooper, who has been so good, could be able to pull away. I think the interesting thing, Mike, as well, we'll come back to this after, but he did make some changes for heat race number 3 to try to get even better. It didn't go the way they wanted. So even though you go the wrong way, you can come back to your baseline. They learned more about the chassis setup. Cooper and Mardan on the front row, Kelly and Crivelli, row 2, Gwynn Cook, row 3, David Waters, row 4, Coelho and Stone, row number 5. Here they come. Cooper on the inside. Your fast qualifier, Mardan on the outside. Race 2 of 9. About set to get underway here on Super Sunday. They'll crawl the way up into the kink before turn number 1, and we will go racing with KA100 Master. Nice slow start. Cooper controlling the pace. They're into the groove. Green, 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 and underway. Cooper's going to hold the spot. He's down to the bottom of the racetrack. Right on the back of him is the Inter-MS driver, Crivelli. He gets out cleanly. Decent little start further back. 3-4 wide. Couple of drivers collected potentially. Locking it up. 3 or 4 involved in there. Wes Steege, one of the drivers. Gary Granger involved as well. An incident in turn number 2, but otherwise, we are racing.
Yeah, Morgan LeBaron was also in there, but if you notice that Crivelli going into turn number 1, he was right on the bumper of Ben Cooper, and he just eased the techno kart of Mardan out of the way, though Mardan was able to recover to 3rd position. This is a disaster in terms of the rest of the field, because as they come out of turn number 9 to complete lap number 1, Ben Cooper looks over his shoulder and there's nothing but clean air.
So here's the thing, Mike, let's talk about this. Ben Cooper's going to be one of the best guys on cold tires and at the start of a race with low pressures. This guy is a professional. He's this is his opportunity to pull away.
Absolutely, and I was curious that when you said that they made changes to the kart, and that was the one time he looked a little bit, call it weaker than he was before. Well, hey, they went the wrong way, and it showed. Now what you have is Cooper out front. It's going to come down to what looked like a very fast Crivelli in that final heat race, as well as Mardan.
Yeah, Crivelli obviously ended up nicely on situation Saturday, so able to get a good starting spot there on the outside of road number 2. He has leveraged that. We have a 3-driver breakaway, Cooper, Crivelli, and Mardan. Then it's the run back to Casey Cook, who's a little bit further back. Cook back by about a full second, but he's in the middle of a fight because Bobby Kelly's in there, Matthew Waters is in there, Jesse Gwynn, Kip Foster, Renato Yader David, Nicky Coelho. That's your top 10. Those guys further back, elbows up already.
Casey Cook losing a position there at turn number 9, the number 4, 9, 8 kart running a little bit wide. But here's something that we didn't maybe predict to see. Crivelli and Mardan quicker on the last lap than Ben Cooper. Oh, and there's a problem. That is the number 416, I believe. That could be Kim Carapalati.
That was also Gary Hall that was in there, I believe, too. Very interesting place for that to happen at the entrance to the pit lane. We're not on the same page heading down. That's not going to be good for Gary Hall. I know his friends, the laser snakes over there in their HRT tent, are going to love that.
Here's Ben Cooper leading the way. There's the captain, of course, back then to the driver running P4 right now, which I believe Matthew Waters. I think he's got himself up to the 4th position now. Cooper across the line. Again, not the fastest driver on the racetrack. Only a half a second separate your front-running trio. Laurent Mardan, purple last time by.
Now, here we go. Move for the lead. Crivelli leads, but Cooper gets the crossover. Fantastic, calm, cool, and collective from Ben Cooper as behind them there's a little bit of incident, but Crivelli goes back in at turn number 3.
This is what needs to happen. Crivelli needs to take the fight to him, as does Mardan, because you were talking about those guys being faster now. Well, they needed to find something. Cooper, I'm sure, is on lower air pressure. He's just going to keep getting faster and faster and faster. Crivelli looked good in the last heat. Taking the fight to Cooper is the best thing you can do. Now, will Cooper immediately fight back like he did right away, or will he push for a lap?
Well, this is it right now. Early on, early days, kind of pulling away. Ben Cooper knows that he has the pace to pull away, but just not right now. Early on here, Crivelli's been very good. If I were Cooper, I would think he'd probably try to push away potentially to get rid of Mardan. If you can drop Mardan and make it a one-on-one battle, obviously Cooper's going to be in a really good position.
Yeah, and maybe even Crivelli and Mardan, they've set their karts up to be strong at the start of the race, thinking, okay, we've got to be quick at the start to prevent Cooper pulling away. The question is, can they stay on the same pace as we move into the second half of the race, into uncharted territory, those longer laps they've never run before this week?
I think it's a really good point that maybe they would go a little higher the tire pressures to make sure you don't let him pull away. Sure, you can keep him in the middle of a fight. He may be better at the end, but at the very least, you can't let him stretch away early. Crivelli out nicely.
Eyeballs on Matthew Waters, P4 driver, now starting to bridge the gap up here to the Mardan driver, and that's what you just pointed out, Henry. That's why I looked at him. Fastest on track, P4 driver Waters. And
again, that's another one of the RPG cards. So remember, Waters having all the opportunity to sit down, look over all of Ben Cooper's data. They got the same feel on it because I was there last year. He was the guy that was coaching me. There was so much data available to us here. Big wreck coming down to 1. A driver's gone off, dropped the wheel. Not really dropped the wheel, tucked the wheel, and the number 456 involved there. Francesco Barba into the barriers, coming into turn number 1.
Kip Foster in 5th position. He had his fastest lap from qualifying disallowed. So he's had to fight back from adversity this weekend. And here comes Waters. We had a trio for the lead, and we could have a quartet. What will Ben Cooper do? Will he stick or will he twist? Because he doesn't want to be in a multi-kart battle. 3 is manageable, 4 is an issue.
And further back from them. Actually, I'm looking at Kip Foster. You just mentioned him, and Casey Cook. Cook had flipped, or he had gone backwards quite a bit. Moved for the lead right now as I'm talking about that. Cooper up front, but watch Waters going to join. 4-car battle up there. Side by side into turn number 5. This is the chicane, the slowest part of the circuit. Cooper wisely lets him go. Crossover right here. He'll have an opportunity. See the run form. If you were able to get in a better line, you can have the run already to the inside. Turn number 9, Ben Cooper. And behind him, here comes Waters.
Waters goes to the inside of Mardan. Crivelli was very good coming out of 3 and 4. Did a nice over-under coming out of 4 after Cooper had to pitch wide the tight on the entry, having made the pass in 3. So we got ourselves a bit of action right now, a little more maybe than we would have expected. But again, we expected was an opportunity for Cooper to pull away. That's not happened. Instead, just like we saw in race number 1, the KA100 Juniors, we have ourselves a great scrap. Cooper, Crivelli, Mardan, Waters, a driver on the move up into 3rd.
And just to finish that point, the 2 drivers behind him, Foster and Cook, those 2 drivers working together. Again, Cook had fallen back, and he's worked his way back up, now linked up with Foster, trying to make inroads to the top 4.
So the front guys got to watch themselves. They're doing a bunch of racing right now. It's a front-running quartet, but there's a couple of guys coming. As Mike had said, Kip Foster, 4-time winner here at the SuperNats, finally rolling up. 3-position improvement plus 3. He's P5, Cook right there. Those 2 drivers on the screen going to try to keep working their way forward to see if he can't get in the middle of this fight.
And behind the top 6, can't speak highly enough. 8th position for Jesse Gwynn. 15 years out of seat, but there's a move. Oh, Cooper runs a little bit wide, but he's got the line for 3. Will someone dive up the inside? He's not going to let them.
Defense out of Cooper into 3. That's interesting that he went defensive right there. But
there's
maybe
Waters
moving up as well. RPG. Now here it is. Side by side once again. Crivelli. He's going to make the move. Wisely, Waters backs off. Look at the run form. That's what you got to do.
And that's going to give a little bit to Cooper as well, because he obviously had to kind of give it up a little bit with a short and more shallow entry coming down in. Walters going, making the move to the inside at turn number 9 as well. So Matthew Waters, the Aussie, up into 2nd spot. RPG 1-2. This is an opportunity for Cooper to pull away.
Well, remember, Waters bridged the gap. He caught those guys, so he knows he's got pace, and it's time to go right now.
Exactly that. Things are getting interesting. We're not even to the halfway point. Crossed halfway flags next time by. Here he goes to the inside. Crivelli again to the bottom. Crivelli gets by Waters. This is exactly what Ben Cooper was hoping for.
Crivelli had to do it, but there's Waters. Oh, into turn number 3. Waters drives in very deep. This could be it for Cooper. Suddenly, the gap grows 10, 15 kart lengths. I was going to say Crivelli had to try and separate those 2 Rollerson Performance Group karts, because you know the 2 teammates aren't going to battle till the very end.
Waters right there is like, come on, bro, let's go. He wants, look at how much they lost right here. You can't fight that hard. Crivelli keeping it tight.
And guess who just arrived on the scene? Kip Foster and Casey Cook are in the draft now. They are there. Look at this run. That is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and never count out the Aussie Kip Foster. He puts his head down. He's not a 4-time winner for nothing, folks. The Burrell Arc driver is there. He puts himself now onto the rear bumper. They're pushing hard to try to get themselves up. Right there again, Lauren to Mardan, who started off pole, currently 4th. Foster's coming, though. Walter's actually starting to stretch. He's trying to see if he can get a little bit here now, maybe a couple of lengths, maybe 1 coming out as Crivelli continues to push.
You see Mardan look behind him and see Foster and go, crap,
what
let's
just
go.
happened?
Let's just push forward. He's trying to eke him on. Now Foster just bridged the gap. Is he going to go run right now, or is he going to push? He's going to wait at least for turn 9.
And ignore on the top left-hand side of your screen, the main event is not finished. If it was a heat race, it would be finished. But we're just at half distance of this 20-lap race. The gap was 9/10 of a second last time by.
Well, maybe a little less now. Matthew Waters just went purple again. The 2 RPG carts up front, 1-2, are absolutely rolling here right now. Great run for Matthew Waters. He started in the 6th spot, worked his way up and caught that lead group. And there's Kip Foster with a move to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll go side by side with Mardan. Get a hand up. There was some contact there. Foster gave it back up. Contact coming in, but this time he wants to move. He actually let Mardan come back in. Then Mardan chopped him coming out of 4.
Yeah, when he also, another driver, a big issue in turn number 1, but he also did not want to fight that hard. He's like, if we keep going back and forth, we're going to end up losing even more time.
That's Tom Gerstner, who's gone off here coming into the corner of turn number 1. Bent axle, the right rear of the car bent. So that's it for Gerstner. They'll pull that car out of the way. Again, 12 laps down, 8 to go. Just past the halfway point. And here's the scrap we have right now. Foster, who tried to get Mardan, didn't quite get it. Wasn't clean enough for him. He kind of pointed him back by in turn 4. Mardan then pitched down, coming to the exit of 4. They almost got together. What it's done, though, guys, it's created that gap right now between Crivelli in 3rd, Mardan and Foster at 4th and 5th.
I mean, a lap ago, Waters, who was sort of Ben Cooper's thinking, okay, this is great, I got my teammate behind me, but he was actually bringing Crivelli, Mardan, Foster and Cook with him, and it wasn't until Mardan and Foster started battling that the gap opened up again.
So obviously the disruptor there for a bit was Matthew Waters. Let's have a look at that pass he made to grab 2nd place away from Crivelli.
Perfectly done up the inside, and then it crosses back over. Look, hand in the air like it was like not enough room, but that was perfect.
I thought that was textbook, yeah.
He may not have liked it because he was losing time or something, but that was perfect.
This is Super Sunday. You don't just knock and say, excuse me, I'm coming through if you don't mind.
Ooh, look at this fight further back. That's Carlos Calderon in the middle of scrap. Quiones, Nairi, TJ Nevels. That's the big fight there right now, just inside. That's Scott Kopp in there as well. I think Kopp was making a move to the inside of Calderon. That's just inside the top 20.
Yeah, I think Tim Myra is also in that scenario as well. So it's all hot and heavy no matter where you go. Everybody wants to get it done. You see Calderon right there getting it done on Meyer, and then Nick DeGraff, I think, is in there as well.
That's DeGraff as well on the MMK machine. So a couple little looks a little further back in the pack. There's a lot of great racing all the way through this massive KA Master category. This the class brought into the SuperNationals last year with a number of entries and a great field as well. I think 46 entered. I think 43 or 44 actually taking the green here. But again, the fight up front is not yet done at all. They've closed up a little bit here on Ben Cooper. Watch the fight as they come again through turn number. This is the scrap further back in the pack. These guys are really going at it coming out of turn number 9.
Yeah, that was the number 409 kart, that orange, that yellow and blue, that bright yellow and blue EOS kart of Randy Klimek. Further to the back in the pack there. Holler is still 13th, the German driver on his 2-stroke debut. Gwynn is still 8th, but the gap between Crivelli in 3rd and Mardan in 4th is now growing. It's over a second. I think that Waters and Crivelli are now the only 2 drivers that have got a chance of catching Cooper, and they are.
Yeah, indeed they are. They can continue to close up here. Another purple lap for Crivelli, although Ben Cooper just turned his fastest lap on lap 15, and that is when you've done your homework in terms of tire pressure. He is just starting to have that thing come alive. So think about how good he was over the first half. He's putting down better and better laps right now. And again, with 5 laps to go, this is where the professor, a guy like Ben Cooper, can make it happen. But can it be the Aussie, his teammate Matthew Waters? Does he have what it takes to steal it away?
Well, I'll tell you what, if they catch him, try it now. Don't wait. Another big hit here in turn number 1.
That's Kyle Yachinsky, and out of the car and hops over there. So, hey, this is Vegas. He put on a show, maybe not the show that he intended to, but a show nonetheless. You mentioned the professor. This is a very Alain Prost-esque drive from Cooper. He doesn't have to win by 10 seconds. All he's got to win by is 1/10 of a second.
Indeed. Good to see Kyle Yachinsky get out of there. Got a chance to race with him last year. Got into the barriers, looped around, and the forces just shot him out of the top of the cart and helicoptered onto the ground. Jumped up, and of course, much to the delight of the crowd. Here we go again. Laps winding down. 16 laps in. Another fast lap for Crivelli. This guy, P3, keeps putting down purple laps, but another fast lap for Ben Cooper. He's getting better and better. I would say only a matter of time before we see a purple lap at a Ben Cooper, even without the draft, but it is close up front. We had 3 drivers in the battle in Junior, 3 drivers here in Masters as well. Coming across the line, 17 down, 3 to go.
This is going to be the first shot for Waters. He might be close enough at the end of the straightaway. Let's see if he takes a shot at the inside, down into turn number 1. Not this time. If it was going to be, it was going to be a lunge. Let's see if he can do a little bit better in the infield, where Cooper, I think, is a little bit better.
He looked really good through the exit of 1 and through 2, gave himself at least a length coming through. You wonder where Crivelli's going to start getting aggressive. This is the thing, right? 3rd, really not the place to be, although we saw the overcome from Turner Brown. That worked. I don't know if that's going to happen race after race.
I think Crivelli's hanging out in 3rd going, I can't get to him by myself. I need to get those 2 guys to fight then I got a shot.
And again, it's a couple of RPG drivers working together here, Henry. Rawlison Performance Group 1-2 on the Cosmic, the Inter-MS machine, again at Crivelli. 2 to go this time by. What kind of lap do we get out of Ben Cooper? What did I say?
Now he goes purple. It's almost like you've done this before here in Vegas, Rob. But I've got to say, Crivelli must be confident in his kart. And now we're going to start seeing Cooper defending. 2 to go. Crivelli must have confidence to sit behind and not try and pass one of the 2 teammates and split the 2 RPG carts. But it's game on here in Vegas with a lap and a half to go. Crivelli, what a move, but who's going to get the cutback?
That was a huge, huge move right there because Waters was still thinking he had a shot at it. Crivelli from 3rd to 1st. Massive move.
Here
Full commit.
we go, folks. Final lap for KA100 Master. Ben Cooper trying to set up the run out of turn number 9. His teammate Matt Walters right behind him. He realizes there's nobody there. Crivelli will lead lap number 19, but this is the one that counts on Super Sunday. Ben Cooper right there in the RPG's been the dominant factor all weekend long. Does he make the move to the inside? Here's the dive bomb to the bottom to the inside. Book it. He's through, but here comes Waters. They're side by side. Matt Waters takes the lead.
That's the crossover we've been talking about. If you're a third party, you got it. Waters back there, and here comes Mardan to the party.
Matt Waters all the way from Australia. Can Matthew Waters come home with the win? He's got room. Here comes Cooper to the bottom of the racetrack. I don't think they're going to have anything for Matthew Waters. It was a long plane ride here from Australia to Las Vegas. He'll have a partner in the side of the seat on the way home. It'll be a SuperNats 26 trophy. The winner for RPG, Matthew Waters. Waters wins. Cooper 2nd. RPG 1-2. Mardan back up into 3rd. Franco Crivelli in 4th. Kip Foster 5th. Casey Cook 6th. Jesse Gwynn 7th. Nicky Coelho 8th. Bobby Kelly 9th. And Renato Jader David rounding out the top 10. But remember, folks, we saw a big shakeup in race number 1 in terms of pushback bumpers. We'll see how it plays out here. Bumpers, potential on-track penalties that can get laid out. Lot still to come. We can see the drivers here down here congratulating each other. Matthew Waters able to get the victory. Look at that. Mardan giving him a hug as well. Same with Ben Cooper. Listen, this does my heart good as a KA100 Masters category guy. Being here and being able to see these guys, that is what this category is all about.
And Casey Cook there, his story, to quote the late great Murray Walker, I might have to stop because I've got a lump in my throat. That was superb. I have to say, at the first day, we were thinking, Masters, that might be the outlier, the one race that doesn't necessarily get the crowd on their feet. Oh boy, were we wrong.
Folks, the helmet's off for Matthew Waters. A round of applause for the Aussie coming in with a big victory. Amazing drive. Let's have a look on the big screen, folks. Have a look at that pass, guys. What a move.
Going down to turn number 1, and you can see there's a little bit of a late move. Perfect, though, done by Cooper. Goes a little bit wide. Perfect over, under, sets it up. Just getting past Cooper there, and there's a little bit of a curb shot for Cooper. That allowed Crivelli in there, and as soon as that infighting happened, they all but gave it to the Waters driver.
And you can see right there that Ben Cooper was thinking about holding on to the inside, but thought better of it and thought maybe a chance over in 4, maybe a chance in 7, but at the end, it did not come to fruition. Provisional results see Matthew Waters with the win, Ben Cooper 2nd, Laurent Mardan in 3rd, Franco Crivelli 4th, Kip Foster to round out the top 5, and once again, just waiting for the final results to come down before we know which drivers will take over to victory lane.
I mean, we can't see them all there now, but I mean, Casey Cook, top 6, fantastic. Jesse Gwynn, welcome back to two-stroke racing, provisionally finishing P7. Nicky Coelho, Bobby Kelly, Renato Jader David in 10th. Mike, looking down the order for Jesse Gwynn, what a result. Also then, Miguel Mia, Martin Stone, Mingan Zhu, Dennis Holler, first ever race. Germany stand up, top 14 position for the Race Lab TB kart driver.
Fantastic race from the top, from the start to the finish, mind you. And the amount of sportsmanship from these guys, again, they're all 30 plus. A lot of these guys have been doing it for a very, very long time. And again, 2 races down, super, super clean at the front.
And the Romanian flag on the top of Laurențiu Mardan's crash helmet. Romania got a shot with David Vasile later on, but Laurențiu Mardan, that was a fighting drive for the Techno Kart USA importer. The beauty of these things, okay, Ben Cooper, he's been a championship-winning driver. He's a professional in every sense of the word. The rest of the field, they've got all the senior drivers, they got stories to tell. Whether they work, they got businesses, they're involved in the industry. Whether they raced as a kid, went out of the sport, came back in. They got families, they got other issues going on, like with Casey Cook. I mean, they all, the Masters class, some of my favorite because of the people in it. And the people in it make the sport, and what a show they have put on. Every single one of those drivers virtually have had to overcome some form of adversity this week. And there's Kip Foster. Again, he lost his fastest lap in qualifying, so he had to fight for the back of the grid in one race, and he is up there. And I'm just looking there, across the line, here we go. 2.1 seconds separated the top 6 at the end of 20 grueling laps of racing.
And behind that fight for the front, we were just behind in the camera. You could see it was a drag race for 5th between Foster and Cook. 60 thousandths of a second at the line. Advantage Foster.
Quicker than a hiccup. And now the drivers, I can see. So Rob Howden once again will be our master of ceremonies for the podium. While we get the podium set up, once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Kart Chasers coverage of Super Sunday here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, brought to you by Don't Sleep Energy Drink.
Lane as we get set to go here once again. The drivers of the KA100 Master category. Obviously a bit of adjustment in the top 5. We know that's going to happen with some pushbacks and penalties. So the driver coming into 5th. What a great story. P5, put your hands together for K.C. Cook. P5. Great, fantastic run there for K.C. Cook and the Boost Foundation. Look that up, folks. This guy is an inspiration for sure. K.C. Cook coming home P5 here today. Finishing in the 4th spot, 4-time race winner, Kip Foster. Foster, P4. Drivers of KA100 Master were racing here today, were they not? Finishing in 3rd spot, number 482, Laurențiu Mardan. Mardan, P3. Drivers up front were in a scrap from start to finish. Finishing as your 2nd place driver, number 429, Ben Cooper. Ben Cooper coming home 2nd. With the driver getting the win, a final lap pass, tremendous run. Put your hands together for Matthew Waters, my winner here today, KA100 Master. Matthew, let's talk a little bit here before you take off. You caught everybody. You got up there early into the fight. But walk us through that last lap. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I was going down the straight on the last lap, and I was looking behind, hoping I had a gap. I know I wanted the third. You know, at a race like this, second's definitely going for the win. So I thought if I can do an over/under somewhere, and it just happened to work out at the first turn.
Just give me your thoughts on winning here at the SuperNats. This is a big event.
Yeah, to be honest, it's I've had a great time with the Mike Rollison from the Rollison Performance Group, and they've been super helpful. And I mean, I've been loving every minute of being here, the way the race is run. I've had a great time. Congratulations.
Get that trophy. Get up on top. I'll tell you, we know there's going to be lots of people watching back home in Australia for this driver who just came in here with RPG and put it on top of the box. Like I said, when he flies back to Australia, he'll have a little stablemate there alongside him in the seat, the airline seat, because that is the trophy as the winner of SuperNats 26 and KA100 Master. What a drive here today. So again, we'll spray the champagne here still as well. But one more thing that goes along with winning here in KA100 Master, that is the BRM timepiece. That timepiece worth over $4,000. Actual custom SKUSA 26 BRM time. Champagne's for the top three, right? It's just top three for the champagne. There you go. Get after it. Fourth and fifth will peel off. Waters is getting doused up pretty with the champagne, but don't go anywhere. Oh, Mardan, impressive, getting after Casey Cook there as well. Everybody but Waters can stay there. Matthew, you stay up there because we got to bring you one more little piece here, the BRM. So we're bringing that over here right now for Matthew Waters. Again, BRM has been a big supporter of everything we've done here at the SuperKart USA SuperNationals for many years. And again, the opportunity for them to put together a custom piece, custom SuperNationals 26 timepiece from BRM. So many fantastic drivers, even some Formula One guys have those timepieces as well. So Waters chilling out here right now, getting ready to enjoy himself. We'll get that timepiece over for him. And that'll be something that he'll be able to take along with, not just the trophy, not just the memories of being here at the SuperNationals, but also this custom timepiece that he'll be able to show off and put in that trophy case as well. SuperNationals 26, 2 races already in the books. Tom Kutcher, he's got his BRM on as well. He's going to come up and award Matthew Waters with this BRM timepiece, a beautiful piece of machinery. Very nice. And get that out for him. As we know, we do this each and every year. And again, great to have BRM as a longtime partner of SuperKarts USA. And again, Matthew Waters, as we said, well deserving of this. A tremendous run for him. Caught that lead group, worked his way into it, and methodically got himself into the place he needed to be. And yeah, he was third on the last lap. But again, like he said, he knew that the guy in second, his teammate Ben Cooper, was going for it. This is his SuperNats. He made the move. He pulled off a beautiful over-under and came out of turn number 2 with the race lead that would eventually become the race win. So that caps things off down here, of course, on Victory Lane. There they are, the BRM timepiece, the SuperNats 26 race trophy, Tom Kutcher, and your winner today in KA100 Masters is Matthew Waters.